All right, guys, Palouse here. And so let's dive into the breath technique. I'm super excited to share this with you. So with this breath, we're going to be breathing from the belly, okay? Belly up to the chest. What does that mean? It's literally, instead of breathing from our lungs up here, our chest, I mean, we're breathing from our lungs, of course, but our chest, we're bringing it down here. And it's literally how we're supposed to be breathing. I've got an 18-month-old baby girl, and she's breathing through the nose and breathing through the belly. Okay, but over time, the older we get stressed out, and we start breathing through the mouth, we start breathing through the chest, and that's a sign of the sympathetic nervous system. Okay, so the correct way to breathe is through the nose. Okay, doing it that way, it's cleaner. It's a cleaner air that goes up to the brain, and it's better. But for this technique, we're going to be breathing from the mouth. And we do that because it helps us get more oxygen, and we do it because we can create this little vacuum down here in our belly that makes it easier for us to breathe in the belly, especially at the beginning. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to make a little funnel with your mouth, like you're sipping through a straw. Okay, and when you breathe in, the belly goes out. Okay, and that's why we want to breathe this way, like with the funnel. Like you literally want to hear that, like. Okay, and because if your mouth is open too wide, try to breathe, down your belly. It's a little more difficult. Like, it's just more effort. So that's why you make that little funnel. So basically, we're going to be breathing 2.5 minutes this way. So belly up to the chest, and I'll be able to show you in a minute laying down. It's a lot easier to see. But make a funnel, and when you hear that, the belly goes up, and then we shift it to the chest, and then we let it out. So it's 3 parts. And so we'll be breathing like this for 2.5 minutes, really charging up. Like the first part is a charging breath. We're literally flooding our body full of oxygen, alkalining our body, our blood. And when our body is alkaline, then it's harder for you to get, sick. Cancer can't survive in an alkaline state. Okay, this is why it's super important to breathe or move, especially during this last couple of years with all the stuff that's going on, and we want to get that oxygen through our blood. So breathing. So 2.5 minutes of this breath work like this, just breathing this way. But the real magic is when we hold our breath, and there's 2 breath retentions per round. And breath retention is all it is we hold our breath. And when we do that, it's like a switch. And what happens when we hold our breath? We create CO2. Now, CO2 has a bad reputation right now, but we wouldn't be here on Earth without CO2. And for me, I think it's actually more important than oxygen. There's more healing properties of CO2, in my opinion. But literally, we hold our breath, we create CO2, and that activates your vagus nerve. Your vagus nerve connects your brain to your heart, to your lungs, to your gut. And that's what puts you into a meditative state, puts you into your parasympathetic, it activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest. And this is why I say, breath work is meditation for dummies. Like people that could never do this before, literally by the time you get to the 4th round, you will be in a meditative state. It's awesome. So we'll be breathing like this for 2.5 minutes. And then I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, take a deep inhale. And when you do the retentions, you don't worry about the belly and all that. You just want to take as much in. Okay, so you're just going to be like, and I'm going to say exhale 70%. What's 70%? It's just a quick little puff like this, like, and then you'll hold your breath. Now, don't get OCD on me. If it doesn't matter if it's 60, it doesn't matter. Just it's a quick little puff, and then you're going to hold your breath. Okay, you're going to hold your breath for about a minute. Okay. And then I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, exhale. So now you're going to exhale that remainder air at 30%. You're going to engage the abs. And then I'm going to say, take a deep inhale. And then you're going to go, and then you're going to hold your breath again for another minute. Okay? Super easy. Okay? And then I'm going to guide you through. I'm going to say, okay, 3, 2, 1, slowly let it out. Let's get ready for the next round. Now, if you can't hold your breath for a minute, that's not a big deal. Let's go to the next sequence. I'll say 3, 2, 1, take a deep inhale, exhale 70%. And let's say you can't hold it, for a minute, just go to the next sequence. And hold as long as you can, and then just wait for the next round. You're still going to get the results that you need, okay? So we want to shut this part of the brain down. Don't start thinking, am I doing it wrong or whatnot? just practice before you start, and you're gonna feel good about it. Okay. So basically, like the first part's charging up, 2.5 minutes of charging breath. Then the CO2 activates the vagus nerve, puts us into a meditative state. And each round, after 4 rounds, each round we get deeper and deeper into a trance state until finally you get to theta. And theta is hypnosis. Okay. And once you get to that place, you might feeling tingling sensations. You might feel like you're floating. Your eyes should be closed. You might see colors. You might see sacred geometry. You might get like these lobster claws or T-Rex claws. And it's called tetany. It's when you have more CO2 in your body. And you actually might even feel like sometimes that you're paralyzed and you can't move. Everything is normal except physical pain. People always ask, what is this like? It's different for everybody. Some people see a lot of things. I feel a lot of things. But pain is not normal. So if you're in pain, stop what you're doing. Go get help. Call 911. But everybody's different with this. Just surrender to the experience. Okay? So we'll have 4 rounds of this, and on the last round, the last inhale, I'm going to say 3, 2, 1. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Take a deep inhale, and you're going to hold your breath for as long as you can, because this is your last one. And when you can't hold your breath any longer, hold it for another 10 seconds. Really build that CO2 in your body. And when you can't hold it any longer, you slowly let it out, and that's officially when the meditation starts. And what you want to do with this meditation is you want to go into this practice with an intention. Okay, like there needs to be a reason. Like for me, it was like, how do I heal myself from these addictions? And if you're very specific, the better it's going to be. If you have like an abstract thing, it's garbage. It's not going to work. If you're meditating on world peace, nothing's going to happen. Okay, like it needs to be focused on you, and that's how it works the best. So get crystal clear on what you want, but literally, there's only 2 things you really want to focus on when you're doing this. You want to like your intention, your affirmation that you're going to be repeating in your mind when you start this breath work, and then if you haven't got this whole like this wave action going, you can put one hand on your belly to make sure that's always going up first. And that's it. I'm going to guide you through. I'm going to put an MP3 down so you guys can listen to it. I'll have all the everything set up. So all you got to do is just put it on and listen to it. I'll have all the counts and everything down. But that's it. That's pretty much the breath. It's not that complicated. It's amazing. You're going to get results. And when you can get into these alpha theta states, that's meditation. And theta is like deep meditation. That's where the magic. That's where you literally can go into like a different. It's like a radio station. Okay, it's in the same frequencies. It's in hertz, and you're able to connect with your higher self and with your guides. If I know it might sound a little too out there, but it's not. And you're able to do that. This is why monks, like it doesn't matter if you go to Thailand or Himalayas, like they're meditating, they're connecting with source. And this is where you're able to get so-called downloads or these great aha moments like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. And that's where you take the action and actually start doing it.